right, the program is still here this morning on ITV, and we are talking about the local government election in Edo State. As a matter of fact, the schedule has been released by the Edo State Independent Electoral Commission, EDSEC. And as we speak, on the 19th of April 2022, Edolites are going to be going to the polls to elect their local government chairman and, of course, councillors across all the 18 local government areas in Edo State. Well, we have the schedule, so let's get to see the schedule so that you get to know what it's going to look like as we make preparation for the election. So please, we have a piece of the schedule. The PD can let us see that now so that you get to see the schedule. You get to see what happens today. As a matter of fact, we are told that the events have since begun. On the 24th of March, that's only about some few days ago, there was supposed to be a kind of a notice of the election whereby EDSEC has to write to various political parties on the need to make preparation for the election. Then, of course, we're told that on the 28th, they're supposed to be meeting with political parties, while on the 30th, that's today, between today and 6th of April 2022, there's supposed to be conduct of party primaries. So as it stands now, various political parties are going to commence their party primaries today. Why on the 11th of April 2022, there's going to be a publication of notice of polls at World Collation Centers, and also on the 7th of April to on the 12th of April, we're supposed to have collection and submission of forms by political parties, submission of lists of party agents, and it goes on the 12th of April. We have electioneering campaign commences, while between the 13th and 14th of April 2022, there's going to be a screening of aspirants. And it goes on to, on the 15th of April 2022, display of names of candidates. And also, too, on the 16th of April 2022, we're told that there's going to be submission of names of changed and substituted candidates and screening of substituted candidates, too. And on the 17th of April, final publication of lists of validated candidates, while on the 18th of April, there's going to be end of electionary campaign, and on the 19th of April 2022, local government election comes up. So you see that the electorates have enough time to search for their PVCs. So that's your permanent voters card, so that you can actually prepare for the election. But a very big question that we're going to be looking at today and subsequently between now and the election is how prepared are the political parties for this election. Like today now, political parties are supposed to commence their primaries across the 18 local government areas so that they make preparation for councillors at various seats and also local government chairmen at various local government councils. Well, to look at the election, the local government election in Edo State and the preparation so far, we are so privileged to have Bishop Akhalame, who is the chairman of Labour Zenith Party and also a member of IPAC in Edo State. IPAC stands for Inter-Party Advisory Council. We invited all the persons, all the guests this morning, but because of their tight schedule, they couldn't come. So subsequently, they'll be right here so that they can bear their mind on some of the issues that we're going to be talking about today. Bishop, you're welcome to this.
Thank you very much,
I know you'll be following the election right from when EDSEC released their schedule. So what is your level of assessment, as the election builds up? Let's look at the preparation so far as we await the election, Bishop.
Thank you. On Monday, we were invited for a stakeholder meetings with EDSEC, as the chairman of the Zenith Labour Party. In the meeting, I'm going to tell you what I told them, to the chairman and the committee, regarding the election. When we look at the notice of election given to us on Monday here, the 28th of this month, the notice says 21 days notice to participate in Edo State local government election. Like I've just read, that means primary elections starts today. And we had a meeting the day before yesterday. We met with EDSEC the day before yesterday. So to us, we got the information day before yesterday. And we are supposed to commence our primaries today and end it 6th of April. I told them in the meeting, I told the chairman of SEC, I said, to us in the Zero Labour Party, even to some other political parties in IPAC also raised some issues in the meeting. We told them that the time given to us in this election is rather too short. It's rather too short to participate in the election. If you look at it very well, in accordance with the Electoral Act 2010, political parties are to be given 90 days of notice of election to prepare for such election. Now, even if there are amendments, what I believe they should have done was to make copies of that amendment available for stakeholders in the meeting, which they did not do. And I told them, let us even see how many days were prescribed for notice of election. We did not even know. Okay, now, you called for a meeting. We are to start our primaries today. For those of us who just had information on that 28th, so political parties have not even got it carried it to participate in that election. And don't forget, in campaign, an aspirant is supposed to market himself or his or herself, a policy or his policies, to the electorate, so that people can consider him for votes. Now, we don't really have all this time to prepare adequately for such election. Now, the question I ask, who has become a victim of time? Because I believe that when I look around and I ask some of my colleagues too, I spoke to about 10 political party chairmen, one-on-one like this. Who among you have become a victim of time? We have about 70 political parties in the state. Out of the 17, I spoke with 10. I said, who among you have become a victim of time? Why the rush? I even also ask EXIC. So, if you are rushing political parties to engage in such exercise, when we are not actually ready, prepared. So what do you think will happen? That's why in the meeting we told them. If IPAC told them that, we will go back to our meeting, we will hold a meeting, we will meet ourselves, we will discuss with ourselves, then we'll get back to you.
Anyway, Bishop, I understand what you're saying, that political parties do not have 90 days notice prior to the election, because that's what the Electoral Act 2022 stipulates. But again, some political analysts will look at it differently. That, look, we're talking about local government election, a third tier of government on its own, a government that is supposed to be, kind of sovereign on its own. So for these persons, they will argue that, look, even if we're going to be talking about amendment, it shouldn't be the Electoral Act of the 2022, that maybe Edo State House of Assembly may have to make amendments onto what you are trying to argue for. Anyway, I do know that we are yet to hear from ETSEC on what is really going on about this 90 days and 20 days notice that you are talking about. So let's look at it from that direction, that we're talking about the local government election, the third tier government of its own.
Yes. You see, I'm not disputing the fact that this election is very crucial. It's helped to deepen democracy, taking government to the grassroots, to the people, nearer to the people. What we are saying is that if we must conduct no government election, political parties should be given adequate time to prepare. Now, if I'm not arguing that they have not, or they have not seen the law, even I have spoken with some of my friends who are lawyers too, have you seen this law amended? They said they have not seen it. Even though the House of Assembly have amended such law, that we should hold that election within 21 days. You should be able to put all the stakeholders into consideration. Like I've always said, the time has come in Nigeria when we have to blend the three. Conscience, that is morality, politics with morality, equity, and laws. The law, we enforce law. We enforce law. Even when it's not comfortable with you, we enforce you. We enforce it so that you behave the way you're supposed to be. Even though it's not coming from your mind, we enforce it. But when you're talking about fairness, equity, fairness, let's do this thing for fairness. Then we'll talk about morality. Then we'll talk about conscience. That this thing you are doing, it's wrong. But your conscience will tell you that this thing you are doing is wrong. So we have enough time to prepare. I gave them a case study that day in the meeting. I said, if you look at the Katsina State as a case study, Katsina State gave a notice of local government election in the month of January 11th, an election that will take place in April 11th. So when you calculate from January 11th to April 11th, what are you having? You are having 30 days, 90 days for party to prepare for an election. If I want you need to vote for me. I need to convince you with my policies. I need to campaign. I need to do a lot of things. Okay? So the time is not even there to do all this. So if we don't want to do power election right now, we have aspirants we want to present to the public. The time is not even there to get the best to present.
Are you trying to say that political parties in Edo State, because I'm not a politician, but I do remember that is a popular belief among the politicians that when one election ends, another one begins. So going by that analogy, I want to assume that the last local government election, when it's ended, one would have expected that for politicians, they would have started preparing for another local government election. So as it stands now, are you saying that after the last administration, local government administration ended in Edo State, that politicians and political parties went to sleep?
You know, for some time now, the narratives have changed. Some governors have changed their narratives that most times they decide where the election will take place. Ordinarily, like now, we did local, the governorship election in Edo State 2020. Those of us who are stakeholders in the state, we already know where governorship election is coming up, is it not? Yeah. So those of us, those people that will contest in that election already, they know where to start preparing. Okay. So that is how it's supposed to be in the government election. That now the tenure of this one has ended. So there's need for us to start preparing again. You discover that some governors, they determine the time. So even some governors will wait until when they're about to leave the office before they conduct no government election by raising a caretaker committee to take over some local government. So government councils. So because of this, so many politicians who want to participate in an election at times they relax. They have to relax because they don't even know where the election will take place. You get right now. I can tell you that there are some persons who have the mindset, who have been prepared to participate in this local election, who have been campaigning for a very long time on their own. They want to participate. But because the picture was not just clear where this election will take place, okay, they have also relaxed too. Even some of them have even jettisoned their ambition because they don't really know where the thing will come up. A time came that we got a news that we say, oh, local election will not take place now until they get their own cleared. You get what I'm saying now? So you see that local election is the only election that I feel that governors in each state, they determine when and where, they do it at their own convenience, and which is not supposed to be so. Yeah,
but it's still constitutional. Statutorily, they have the right to decide when local government election will be held. So it's not as if that state governors are doing...
Yes. You see, if actually after that 3 years, they conduct another one immediately and bring in new executive to take over from those who are going, it will be better.
Yeah, but the law states that in the absence of that governors can constitute. That's what I'm saying. It's becoming too common that at times we may even have caretaker committee in local government for 2 years before the government will now say, okay, let us do election. So if you want to, I'm not disputing that they know what they want to do with that system. But what I'm saying is that for us to participate in an election, even those of us in the Zen Labour Party as a party, for us to participate, you ought to have given us enough time to prepare. You cannot just crash us unaware. Anyway, Bishop, where do you think is your fear from the way you speak now? Permit me to use the word fear.
No. I'm not. It's as if we are afraid.
Okay, but where do you think is your worry? This worry you're expressing now, where do you think it's coming from? Is it coming from the fact that there seems to be a hidden fear that some parties may lose out in the election, or the fact that adequate, notice was not given? Where do you think this fear is coming from?
Well, as for me, I am not actually afraid that a certain political parties will take everything at the election, but it's happening everywhere. We have even told us that day that we don't want to see that happening. A situation where after election, Party A will just clear all the positions, all the chairmanship go to Party A, all the councillors go to Party A. That is not an election. So we have told them that we should see what is called free. In fact, this election should have to be the fearless election ever held in Edo State. You get what I'm saying? So you see, we need to have an election where you have maybe here in the East or East, you have about, maybe the local government chairman is party A, and maybe about 2 or 3 councillors is party C. Then we have about two local government, councillors again who are also from party C. A situation whereby you have all the parties taking all the local government, taking all the councillors in the state. To me, it is not an election. So my fear is not because I perceive that one local government will take all the position. My fear is that the political party ought to have given enough time to prepare for an election. We get our best candidate to feature for such election. We have enough time to campaign and convince the electorate to vote for us.
Okay. So you just talked about the electorate now. Now, let's look at the electorate themselves. How prepared do you think they are for this election?
The electorates, that is another issue in Edo State. I have always said to so many Edolites that if we must get it right politically, all of us need to get involved in the electoral process. If you see what is going on right now, in the whole of South-South, we had a stakeholder meeting with INEC. That was about a week ago. I was in that stakeholder meeting when the rep told us that why he has to call this meeting is because of what he has seen so far.
That's political parties?
Yes, political parties, yes, yeah. When he invited us. That in the continuous voter registration that is ongoing now, that in the whole of South-South, that Edo State happened to be the only state with the lowest voter registration.
Lackadaisical attitude.
Yeah. So that right now, out of the 260-something people who registered online, only 100,000 people have fully registered for the process. You can imagine, only 100,000 people have fully registered for the process. That makes Edo State be the poorest in terms of continuous voter registration.
Have they also collected their PVCs too?
And let me tell you something. After the goodbye election, that is the 2020 Edo State goodbye election, INEC called us for a meeting and told us that today, that in Edo State, we have registered number of voters of about 2,210,000 Edolites who have registered. Then they said that out of these 2,210,000 voters, there is only 1.7 million people that collected their PVC. So almost 500,000 PVCs, they are still with what? INEC. All collected. All collected. And you know the worst thing? During the election, out of the 1.7 million people, out of the 1.7 million Edolites that collected their PVC, it is only about 515,000 Edolites that participated in that election. So what happened to the 1.2 remaining? So you see that some of them were at home, some of them even traveled to other states, relaxed in their home, they complained that nothing is going on. So the electorate has to do something. Now, INEC is about to go into the last phase of voters registration that will commence on April 11. You know what that means? So that means that is the last chance, that's the last phase now that will end in 3 months' time, okay? So it is an opportunity, those who have not taken advantage of the registration, they can take advantage of this last phase that will begin on April 11.
Okay. Now, before we talk about INEC proper. Now, I do know that one of the major responsibilities of political parties is not just to field candidates for election, it's also to even educate the electorate, carry the electorate along. That's why I said a while ago that it seems that other political parties in the states, after the last election, they went to sleep. That's the way it seems now. I mean, from the kind of the reactions that we are getting now that, okay, that they are not prepared, that the time is not there and all that. Now, this lack of interest in the continuous voters registration exercise that is going on, don't you think that the political parties also have a share in the blame? I mean, to what extent have the political parties been really educating the electorate? Look, there is this exercise that is going on now. Why don't you guys take advantage of it, Bishop?
You are very correct. You see, there's one thing about me. I'm very plain. I'm very sincere. Okay? Like we, and I cannot say that we don't have a role to play in this, and we have been doing that.
That's the Zenith Labour Party.
Not even the Zenith Labour Party. Do you know, after some time ago, about 10 political parties, we came together, the chairman, we formed a group, we call it AROPP. We say, let us see what we can be doing to do voters' education, sensitize the people. We went to the governor as well. Say, Governor, you are the major custodian of what is coming, even the votes. So if anything go on very well in this state, you also benefit from it. You are the major stakeholder. We wrote to him. Though he invited us, we told him, I said, so, see, there is need for us to see what we can do. Let's do massive voter sensitization in Edo State. Massive one. So that every Edolat can get registered in this process. So that to make Edo State politically competitive. If not in Nigeria, in the whole of South-South. So we are doing our own. Even as we speak right now, the dream is not dead. On the night of this month, we are hitting the streets. We move from local government to local government, from district to district, to ensure that people participate in this last phase of voters registration. We are doing our best. Honestly, we are trying our best. We task ourselves, we donate ourselves to see what we can do. Like what we are doing right now. We are launching it on the night of this next week Saturday. We hit the street. So what more can we do? So what we have to tell to the electorate is that they should take advantage that you cannot begin to complain about a system you are not ready to be part of. We complain that the government have not done well. They've not construct road, no good schools, no this, no that. But we forgot that once you have your PVC, automatically you are a custodian of power. You can decide who becomes your leader. So when you don't have a PVC, you just complain in the comfort of your home. What does that make you? So that's what we are saying, that if you don't have your PVC, go to, in fact, I can even make it very simple now, because in our last economic, we tell them that, why do we have to make it so difficult for people to register? They now said, what they have done, they are taking the decision to world level. They to world level. So you cannot say, you want to go to your LG.
The comfort of your home, with your phone, you can register.
No, we do. We also, I was even the one that raised the point. I told INEC, I said there are limitations to that online registration. Because you cannot go and tell our mothers, our fathers in the village who use Nokia to embark or to go through online registration. Even those in the city, they even still have problem in the online registration. So they now have to make it physical. They have to make it more physical. It's not as if you cannot still go online, but they now make it more physical. To tell you that even the INEC on their own, they are very serious. They have to take it now, devote it to where? To words. So that people can get engaged, because when they got the statistics of what is happening compared to other states in the south, that Edo is the lowest. They have to take it to wards. So that people will not say, oh, I don't have transport to travel to the head of my local government to go and register. Now go to your ward, locate those centers where you can register. Register. So that on the day of election, you'll be confident, you raise up your PVC and say, today I'm going to decide who will become my leader. So if you don't have the PVC, how will you do that? How will you do that? So I can tell you now that even before the election that will take place, the local government election before now till 98, we will still have a lot of Edolites that will not do the voter registration even before that time.
And as such, they
will not participate in the election. So what are you now saying?
Anyway, the program is still this morning on ITV, and we're looking at the Edo State local government election that comes up on the 19th of April, 2022. We are looking at the preparation so far, and it's. I thought I'll be having a complete panelist here today, but subsequently we should be able to have a complimentary, panelist, so that we can have all the members, stakeholders in this election involved, and look at the issues one more time. Now, Bishop, just like what we said, that the local government primaries starts today. The conduct of party primaries for chairmen, councillors, begins today. So give us more insights on what you think likely is going to start playing out today.
Well, in as far as I'm concerned today, I would not lie to you, as one of the major stakeholders in Edo politics, I can tell you what is happening right now. That today, even the IPAC have to go back to emergency meeting, because it's an issue. It's an issue, because we need to talk. It's not a one-man show. I cannot say because I'm the chairman of my party, now I've gone to STEC meeting, I'll just call and say, oh, please, fast, come and contest for, I saw that I asked Rogo chairman, he said, hey, John, we have to come for a meeting, a very serious meeting, okay? We had a meeting, they called us for this meeting on the 28th. So we will now go back, we'll send a message across to our members. Okay, then we now say that. So the time was not even there. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot hold a meeting with the political parties today and next tomorrow you say you should do primary election. Let's think about it. Let's think about conscience, think about fairness before we talk about evil law.
Now, the stakeholders, are they aware of this, your complaint? I mean, the ETSEC, are they aware? And what is their response?
That is why I told you that whatever I'm going to tell you right now is exactly what I told them in the meeting. I told them everything I just said to you is what I said to them in the meeting. The chairman said he was going to, because we told him that we'll get back to him. After meeting with our people, we'll get back to him.
Even as the primary starts
we will get back to him. We will get back to him.
Are you trying to say that you guys are not ready for the primary?
We are not saying so. We are not saying so. What we are saying is that there's still time. Today is 28th.
30.
It is 30th.
Yeah.
The primary will end on the 6th of next month. So we see there's still time. Yeah. So we'll get back to, we can get back to him anytime. We can get back to him to this evening. We can get back to him tomorrow. We can get back to him midweek. So we will get back to him. We'll get back to him because we need to, you see, when it's like someone who is going for an examination. We need to prepare very well so that you don't take the last position in your class. My party want to win the election. But we need to strategize.
Bishop, but for a serious student that has been reading, he has
No. Even a student who has been reading for a very long time, they still need for the student to do revision. They still need for the student to do revision. That is why when lecture is going on, the lecturer will tell the student, your exam is in a month time. What are you doing now? That will create fear in the student's mind and double the way he lives at home or in the classroom. His mind is already prepared that my lecture, my exam is a month time. You cannot just be teaching a student and before you know it, a week to election, a week to the exam, you just bring out and say, the exam is next week. And that student is not even aware that the exam will be so day. And very close. Right, so that is what is happening in the case of ETSEC now. You meet with us today, and next tomorrow, you say we should do primary election.
Just like what I said, subsequently, we're going to be having ETSEC on this show as the program progresses. This morning on ITV, it comes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even a Pidgin English version of the same program on Friday. So subsequently, we're going to be having ETSEC and other stakeholders involved. The National Orientation Agency, I also understand that they've got a role to play in this election. We'll have them so that they can bear their minds on some of the allegations that are coming on this election. Now, Bishop, let's look at the position. I don't know whether you can decide. You can speak for IPAC on this program as it relates to some of these issues that we're talking about. I mean, you are a member of the IPAC. The Inter-Party Advisory Council in Edo State. So how do you think IPAC is looking at all these issues that are playing out now?
You see, that is why I told you that, you see, IPAC is an umbrella body of all the registered political parties in the state. Even the PDP, APC are also member of IPAC. Not the same way the Zenith Labour Party is a member of IPAC. All of us, all the parties, statutorily, they are all members of what? IPAC. The only way now IPAC can speak in one voice, let me tell you. That's why now, for now, the way it is right now, nobody can come out and say, oh, this is the position of IPAC, except when we not go back to EDO, we talk to ourselves. They will not agree, because if a Zenith Labour Party is also a member of IPAC, does not agree with the time given, and APP does not agree with the time given, SDP doesn't agree, Labour Party does not agree, IPAC cannot come out to say, oh, we are ready.
Are you trying to...
You see now? So that means all of us now, we need to come together, we talk together, we discuss.
And how soon do you think that will be? I mean,
yes,
we are looking at something...
No, it has started already. I told you yesterday that it started already. Meeting started yesterday. As we are all going, we'll talk in one voice soon. We'll speak. That's what I'm saying, we'll get back to them. So we'll not collectively speak in one voice and get back to them.
And what do you think is going to be the outcome of your statement?
It could be positive, it could be negative.
And if it's negative, you guys will not take part in the election?
I don't think so. I can't say it for now. I can't say it for now. Because the time is short, but we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. There's nothing that's not possible. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
Anyway, we've been speaking with Bishop Akalame, who is the chairman of Labour Zenith Party in Edo State, and of course a member of Inter-Party Advisory Council. Looking at the local government election 2022 the preparation so far. Just like what we said, that we're going to be having other stakeholders on this issue so that they can bear their mind on some of the issues that we talked about here. A very big thank you to Bishop Bakalame for finding time to come.
Thank you very much.
Educate the electorate as we prepare for the election, because ETSEC has told us that election we hold. So whether we like it or not, come on the 19th of April, there's going to be an election. So that's one thing that is so sacrosanct. A very big thank you, Bishop.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, so the program is still here this morning on ITV. Please stay tuned.